bad about it. He was like sloppy. And I'm like, yeah, but turn on the tape, learn from it. Is that kind of what you feel like after a game like this?
Yeah, it's definitely, that's what Coach Nolan said in the locker room. We just got to learn from it. We got tough opponents coming up with St. Pius and Coney County. Those are two solid teams. So we definitely got to go to work on Monday and get back on it.
Just tell me about the trip to the Upstate. Obviously, this is a unique opportunity for you given where you're going to be playing next year. What was it like to come up here and play a high school game?
Yeah, it was definitely unique. I was really happy to see a bunch of orange up in the stands and see a lot of Clemson fans supporting. So it was really cool to see that. And then besides that, it was cool. It's a nice facility. We got good stuff in there. We actually warmed up in there. It was pretty nice. So I was happy with that. It's a really cool experience. I was very happy with the crowd. That was like a playoff game. So it was a really good experience.
What are you trying to work on most senior year, would you say?
I think the biggest thing is just refining my skills and making sure that I'm playing at the best that I can, playing with the best ability. I really worked hard this offseason on my pass rush, coming off the edge and all that. But, really just refining my skills and making sure that I'm playing as best as I can.
Let's talk about your hidden talent that I didn't know about. Left-footed punter. How long have you been punting?
I got promoted on Tuesday.
Okay,
But,
that's what I want.
I punted on and off before. I punted a little bit my sophomore year. And, I'm left-handed and left-footed, so lefty, I guess.
What's it like when you see that punt hit right and roll like those two did tonight?
I was pleasantly surprised with my punts because I didn't really practice it a whole lot. I had one that went all the way down there, and then that second one I had was really good. That was like a 50-yard punt.
Yeah.
But, hey, man of many talents, I guess.
Yeah, and so everybody that we talked to over there on the sideline is like, well, hey, did you know Sammy wrestles? Did you know Sammy runs track? You were on part of a team that 3 linebackers on a 4x100, relay team. Do you think that playing all those different sports and doing all that helps you as a linebacker, as an athlete?
100%. I think the best thing that you can do as a recruit or even a football player is run track. You get the running fundamentals. I mean, you can get in shape. It's a really good sport. And then wrestling, that's just mental toughness. I mean, it's you and another kid out there on the mat, and you just got to beat them. So that definitely teaches you mental toughness. And them wrestling practices are not easy, I'll tell you that.
Going back to the summer, just take us through the timeline and when you thought you might commit, and what about that first official visit we committed? You want to wrap it up right now?
Well, the original plan was to go through all my official visits and then commit. Throughout my official visit to Clemson, I just kind of had a gut feeling about it. I felt like it was God's will that Clemson was the place, so I ended up committing on my visit. And I've just been super happy with it. I've been very relaxing, that's for sure. For the whole recruiting process to be over, I've been really happy with it, and I just feel like a high school kid now, to be honest.
What do you remember about the moment you told the staff? What was that like?
Well, all the coaches were in there, and I think Coach Sweeney jumped up on the table as well. I've still got his chip, the I'm All In chip, and it's got his signature on it. It stays in my wallet 24/7. It's a good memory.
And I've heard, I could be wrong, but I heard that you were on the visit and went back to your dad, and you were really emotional.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
You said you were maybe even crying, and so this is maybe the place. This is
we had a little break between like midday and dinner, and I just went in their room and I was like, this is it. I feel like this is a place I'm 100% confident in. I think this is God's will, and that's what I told them. And they were like, if you think this is a place, then do it. So when you're able to make that without any regrets or any second thoughts, I think that you're at the right place.
Tell me about the rest of the class and who you've helped kind of recruit. Anybody else you got an eye on, and how excited you are to come in with the rest of the team?
I've been very happy with our class. Getting Corey and Gibson and a couple other those defensive players. I think the Clemson defense the next couple of years is going to be probably one of the best ever. With the 23 class and the 24 class, I've just been really happy with what we've done, and I'm super excited to play.
Positionally, where do you think you'll slot in? What have they told you?
Probably inside backer mostly. They haven't really mentioned a whole lot, but maybe out there at the nickel a little bit, but mostly inside backer.
Are you petitioning to play running back at all, or are you locked in on line?
I would not be opposed to a little goal line, fridge package or something. Just giving it a thought.
You are an inside backer, but kind of watching you tonight, the way you sift out the inside zones and stuff like that, tracked it. You can play outside, right?
Yeah, we've worked on it a little bit. I get out there a little bit in some of our coverages and stuff, but I've really worked on my pass coverage as well, just filling out the zones and all that. I didn't get any targets tonight, but it might just because that's a big body in there. But I've really worked on my zone coverages, and I've been happy with the way I played.
I know Georgia was another top school for you. Tell me about the decision, like Clemson versus Georgia head-to-head. What made Clemson win out over that game?
It's like I said, I just felt like Clemson was the place, and that it was God's will for me to go to Clemson. But, it was hard to tell Georgia no. And, I told before I announced it, I told Coach Schumann and I called Coach Smart, told both of them, I've been praying about it, and I think it's God's will that I'm going to Clemson. And they were both super accepting of it, and I was very happy for that. That shows you there wasn't a wrong decision in any of the schools, but I just think it was God's will for me to go to Clemson.
Are they still recruiting you?
Georgia, no. I talked to Coach Schumann. We went to a 7-on-7. I talked to him a little bit, but it was no recruiting. Just how I've been and all that stuff. He's a really good guy. I don't think he tried to push anything like that.
But NIL is a big topic now. How much did you think about that in your decision? What about Clemson on that front? Maybe change anything at all?
The way that I've looked at NIL through this whole process is just as a byproduct of my commitment. I didn't really look into it. I didn't ask or anything, and everything that they told me about NIL was brought up by them, nothing by me, because I don't think that really matters, because I'm going to college to play football and not to make money. So that's definitely a byproduct, but it's definitely a really good thing to have when you get to college, and I think Clemson does a great job with the new NIL building, and I'm excited for it.
Just about your little brother and what it's like to be on varsity with him this year.
It's good. It definitely gets a little intense. It gets a little tense there in practice. We've had a couple, scuffles with each other, but it's all brotherly love, and I've been really happy with the way he's developed over the summer, and I think he'll be able to rotate in, towards the latter part of the year, receiver, even linebacker.
What's your outlook on the 2023 Clemson team? What are you excited about?
That offense. I've heard so much about it. I've heard a lot of good things, so I'm just excited to see it in action. And I know Coach Riley's done a great job over the summer and spring, and I'm just excited to see it.
What makes Dabo Swinney stand out to you as a coach?
I think the biggest thing about Coach Swinney is just how passionate he is. Passionate for football, passionate for coaching, passionate for the players and the relationships. So I think he's one of the best college coaches, maybe of all time. So I really like how passionate he is, like I said, and he loves his players. When you commit, he really loves you like a son. So he loves football and he loves coaching football.
Do you have any games right now you plan on attending this fall?
I plan on coming to every single home game.
Okay.
I'll be there, especially that Florida State game.
All right, one more question for Sammy. I played the part of the SID.
Brian Bosworth, you like that comparison, or what's your comp, if not?
There's a lot of good comparisons there, but some of the haters, the steroid use, and he was a bust and stuff. But I think it's pretty cool with the Mullen and everything. He was a monster in college, so I think it's a good comparison.